Okay, I'm doing a video response to a communication that I've had with one of the friends on YouTube. It's in regards to a baby Sheltie that she just got, and they're having problems training. And I was concerned about what's going on, so I'm going to do a video response because it's a lot easier than writing everything out. First of all, I pulled out this book. It's called Communicating with Your Dog. It's by Ted Baehr. It's great, and it's very, very small. It's got 20 commands in there. I'm just going to talk about a few of the things. There's an issue. They live in an apartment, and I think that that they're trying to paper train this puppy. I am not a fan of paper training, just because in the future, if you leave a magazine on the floor, the dog's going to think, oh yeah, great, you know, it's a place to go to the bathroom. It's a difficult transition to go from paper training to going outside. So if you're able to train this dog to go outside, look, when I had Shane, I lived 20 floors up in a condominium, and yeah, it was a pain. But I've got to tell you, there are certain ways to prevent this dog from peeing in the house and to teach her. The number one way, a lot of people don't realize this. Well, you probably don't realize this. The person with the puppy is that. Can you show Bummelina? Can you sit down? Okay. If something happens, there we go. You pick up the dog. Just pick her up and turn her upside down like this. Not upside down, but belly up, in your arms. You scoop her up right away. If she's peeing, let's say she's peeing in the kitchen, scoop her up right away. She's going to stop peeing in midstream. And you can either carry her outside or carry her over to the papers. You know, it's your choice, whatever you feel is appropriate. Don't hit your dog. Her mom finds that she's a young girl, and her mom is finding that if she's angry with the dog or she slaps the dog, that the dog stops. Well, yeah, of course the dog stops, but you have to ask this woman, well, you know, did you do that to your daughter when she was wearing diapers? It really upsets me, because a puppy is a baby and he doesn't understand what's going on. There was an exercise that I did with a friend of mine that I heard about in one of the training manuals, and that's another thing I mentioned. Just get every book you possibly can. Even if they don't sound interesting, get it from the library and just scan them all, and you will find something that fits. You know, my coffee table would be piled up with books every time I get a dog. And I consider myself an excellent dog trainer, but still, every dog is different. You know, with Gertie, with Bumby, you could just say, "Huh!" or with Dar, "Huh!" and they would stop. You do that with Gertie, and she's going to pee more. So, you know, it's different. What else? Yeah, this exercise that I heard about, I had my girlfriend, or my girlfriend's daughter, sitting on a couch, and we were advised to use a different language. So it was we just did blah, 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 blah. So the puppy doesn't understand English, and this girl was pretending to be the puppy. She was the puppy. And I wanted her to do something, but she didn't understand my language. So I came up to her, and she was standing there, and I started saying in a louder and louder voice, blah, 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 and I was waving my hands, and I was trying to get her to understand what I wanted her to do. And she just stood there motionless. And yeah, sure, I could have hit her, and she wouldn't have known what I was doing. That's what happens with the puppy. I wanted her to sit down, but all she heard was blah, 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 because she doesn't know the command. In the same way, you can't yell at your puppy who doesn't understand English or whatever language you're speaking and expect that puppy to understand what sit is. You don't. Everything takes time, and everything takes stages. And if you do it with love, if you do it proactively and show the dog what she needs to do to make you happy, and then show her that you're happy immediately, the dog will learn. If you hit that dog's going to learn that you're unpredictable, and through no fault of its own, you know, it can't control the fact that pee is coming out of it, it just drank something, or it just ate and poop is coming out. And it doesn't associate pooping with you hitting it. All it knows is that that's a bodily function, just like breathing, and you can't stand that dog. For whatever reason, you're unpredictable, schizophrenic, whatever, and you hit it. So it's going to start to become neurotic, and it's going to be scared of you. Yeah, maybe it will become obedient, but through fear. You want your dog to be obedient through love, and you want that dog to want to communicate with you, want to be with you, rather than just being some automatron who obeys but is stripped of its personality. You don't want that dog to be the dominant dog in the household. You're not going to do it by beating the dog. In the same way that someone who's a manager in a store is not going to have loyal employees by treating them like crap. You do that by treating them like individuals and letting them, letting your dog exert its own personality, as long as it's within the boundaries that you set within your house. And one of those boundaries is to defecate and urinate in a certain spot, whether it's outside or the paper, irregardless. One of the best things that I have found is kennel training when they're puppies. A dog will not naturally defecate or urinate in its den, because that sends out a scent to predators, and it endangers the puppy. So the puppy has an instinct not to do that. There is a list all over the internet of how often a puppy at a certain age should be taken out. One of the rules of thumb, very, very important, is about 15 to 20 minutes after you feed your dog. Your dog's going to eat, and then it's going to drink as well. Within 15 or 20 minutes, it's going to go through its system. They have a very short intestinal tract, and he's going to want to go to the bathroom. So if you feed your dog and wait for 5 or 10 minutes, or just take him out immediately and play around with him, or take him over to where the papers are and play with him and let him stay in that area. And then I think it's a great idea to keep a container of special treats that you only give him at that time, something that's really delectable. Beef jerky cut in tiny, tiny pieces. It has a very strong smell. And keep it in the area where the paper is, or in your coat pocket if you're taking the puppy out. And when the puppy goes, just praise it with a high voice. Good boy, good girl. See, Bumby's still reacting to that. She loves that. And give him a little something. And the dog will start to associate pooping and peeing with a good thing. You don't want the dog to start thinking that going to the bathroom is a bad thing. That's when you start having a dog who starts hiding. He has to go to the bathroom, and he's going to go into your closet and poop there. That's why people have these horrendous accidents with their animals. They don't train them properly from the beginning. I'm going to grab that book. One of the things that's really important, I'm not going to go through a lot that's in the book, just because we don't have the time. We've got less than a minute or a minute and a half. It's really, really important that the whole family be consistent. You have to use the same commands. Everybody has to use the same commands, and they have to do the same thing. Scoop the puppy up. When you see the puppy squatting, scoop him up, hold him belly up, take him over to the papers, put him down, and just pat him like this. And as soon as he squats again, good boy, what a good boy. There goes the treat. Work as a family unit. This is talking about matching the voice to the command. So if he's doing something wrong, you don't have to hit him. All you have to do is say, no. And that's it. I mean, that will devastate the puppy. Exercise patience. Really, really important. Look, it's a baby. Your mother wouldn't have hit you when you were in diapers because you pooped and peed. It's really important for her to understand that. Maybe in the old-fashioned society, that's what they did. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. Respect your dog as a person and think like a dog. This book contains 20 commands. That's it. And that's why I like it. It's very simple. Praise rather than punish. I can't emphasize that more. It's so important. Okay.